What's up everyone? In this video, I'm gonna break down every single thing I spend per month living in Washington, D.C. So anything from rent, utilities, transportation, food, anything you can think of, I'll talk about it, so don't go anywhere. One thing I have to note before I start though is that it's such a juxtaposition for me because last time I did one of these cost of living videos, I was living here in China and my cost of living was like 4 or 5 times less than it is now living in one of America's most expensive cities. So if you want to see how cheap it was living there, you check out one of my videos here or this side, one of these links, and you can see what it was like living in a small town in China versus living here in Washington. All right, so the first thing everyone thinks of when you talk about cost of living is the rent prices. And Washington has some of the highest rent prices and home prices in the entire US. So that's definitely gonna eat into your budget and be the biggest expense you have here in DC. So currently where we're living right now in Woodley Park, which is between DuPont, Adams Morgan, Cleveland Park areas, our apartment for a 1-bedroom is $1,870 a month. So I'm splitting it with my girlfriend 50-50. So I'm currently paying $935 a month for a 1-bedroom apartment in Washington, D.C. So $935 per month is obviously my biggest expense living here in D.C. So I'm gonna give you a quick tour of what that apartment looks like and how much that money gets me. All right, so the quick tour starts now and I'll show you the main living area with my work from home space and the hangout spots. So it's a pretty nice space and has tons of natural light coming in, which is really nice. Then you walk down here and you have a hallway which separates the living room from the bedroom, which is super key in this city. So here you have a nice bathroom, and the weakest part of this whole apartment is that the counter space is lacking. However, it does have a dishwasher, so that's a win. And then here you have the more kitchen dining space, and then the main bedroom here with a lot of natural light as well. 2 closets, 1, 2, and the best thing about this place is that it backs up to the National Zoo. So all of this here is the Washington National Zoo, and that is what $935 a month gets me for a living space here in Washington. And the next thing I want to talk about is the other biggest expense, or it doesn't have to be biggest expense, which is transportation. So this is a make or break topic that's gonna help you stay afloat in DC or break your bank. So it's up to you how you proceed with it. So transportation is honestly the biggest make or break expense here in DC or any major city in the US, because if you want to own a car in a big city, it costs a lot of money. So right now our complex currently quoted us at $180 a month to park the car. And then if you have a car payment, plus you have car insurance, plus maintenance and how high gas prices are right now, you're gonna be paying probably $800 or more a month just to have that car here in the city. And instead, my girlfriend and I, we live frugally. We take the metro or buses everywhere we need to go. Each ride's about $2 to $2.50. So if you average, say you're working a Monday to Friday job downtown, you take the subway to get there, maybe $5 a day. So if you average $5 a day Monday to Friday out against the car payment, you can see how much you're gonna save just by using transportation rather than a car. And that's the biggest way to save money here in DC. Okay, so next up here, I want to talk about our utility bills living in a 1-bedroom apartment here in Woodley Park, Washington, D.C. So the great thing about this apartment is that we mainly only have 2 utility bills in total. So one of them is internet and the other is electric. So there's no gas in this unit, so that's really nice because everything's electric, the stove, the air conditioning unit. So it's all on the electric bill, no gas bill added. Plus the apartment complex pays for water, don't have to worry about that at all. So we actually only pay for electric. And the main thing with electric is that it varies by month, but right now, currently in the summer months, it's averaging between $30 and $40 a month. I'm looking here at my Pepco account. We have a current bill due for $35 this month, so pretty cheap if you split it, $17, $18 a person. But that changes a lot in the winter here when you have to heat everything and it's cold. We were averaging around $80-ish a month for the electric bill then on those months. So I did the math, so you don't have to, but so that averaged to about, or totaled to $672 for the entire year's electric bill. And when you split that by 2, that's about $336 for the whole year per person on electric. So I feel like that's a pretty good deal because if you divide that by 12, a little more math, it's $28 a month per person on the electric bill. And that's the total utility bill for that. And then the only other one we use is the internet, which is, I know off the top of my head, is $54 a month. So that's $27 a person. So 50 or 28 plus 27 is $55 a month on my utilities in total. Now getting into more of the nitty-gritty expenses other than rent, utilities, transportation, everything like that. I'm gonna talk about other outside expenses such as the gym membership I have. So prior to living in this complex, I was actually paying $75 a month for a gym membership at Washington Sports Club. And that's honestly a decent rate here because most of the gyms around here are gonna run for over $100 a month, just like taking your money basically. But to live a healthy lifestyle, it's worth it. However, if you can find a complex that has a gym, then you can save all that extra money. So currently where we're living has a fitness center. It's actually pretty nice, has everything I need. So I'm saving $75 a month and spending $0 a month on a gym membership, and I feel great. So I'm gonna take you there and show you it right now. All right, I'm now in the fitness center, which is in the basement of the building, and honestly, it's actually a really nice gym, and normally there's no one ever here, so for a free private gym, it's great. So you walk down the hallway here, and I'll give you a quick tour. Everything you need. You got 3 treadmills, 3 ellipticals, a rowing machine and a bike, a couple benches. And now I'll take you down the basement hallway and show you the laundry room and talk about how much I spend on laundry, which isn't much. So here's the laundry room, and it's pretty loud in here, so sorry about the sound, but it normally costs about $3 to do a full load wash and dry, like $1.75 each, and I do laundry maybe once a week, so in total, probably like $12 to $15 a month allocated for laundry, so really not bad in my opinion. Okay, so now I've covered a lot of the topics such as rent, transportation, fitness, utilities, laundry, everything like that, and the next thing I want to talk about while I'm in my kitchen is food. So transportation is definitely the biggest make or break thing when it comes to a budget in DC, but the next biggest is easily food, and basically how you eat and what you eat changes everything for a budget. So my girlfriend and I currently cap going out to eat at twice per week, and going out to eat in DC is so expensive. So if we go to a decently nice restaurant or medium restaurant basically, it'll cost about $50 between the two of us for a good meal. And that's twice a week, so we're spending each about $50 a week just going out to eat twice. So that's really expensive, so I try not to do it too much. If I haven't mentioned yet, I'm pretty frugal. So obviously if we're capping our going out to eat expenditures at twice a week, we buy a lot of groceries. So there's a lot of good grocery stores in DC, I think. They are pretty expensive still, like Safeway, Harris Teeter. They just brought a Wegmans to DC though, which is super exciting. I'm from New York, so Wegmans is huge for me, but I think that groceries are a much better alternative to going out to eat, which is pretty obvious for budgeting people, but I think that averaging, we probably spend between $100 and $120 a week total for groceries. So you split that up, we spend about $55 a week or so per person for groceries. And last but not least, an expense that a lot of people fail to talk about when they're doing budgeting is their nightlife budget. So basically my girlfriend and I, we probably go out maybe like 4 times a month. Maybe like once every weekend, or maybe a couple times we'll go out, do like during a week for a trivia night or something. And that normally runs each night out a person probably like $30, because the drinks are pretty expensive in DC. If you want to get a beer or well drink, it's going to be like $6 to $8 any bar normally. And if you get any cocktails, if you like to do, they're going to be like $11 to $15 depending where you are. And if you're the high end places, like 20, 25. But normally the places we go to like 11 to 15. So if we get 2 or 3 drinks per place, we're normally spending like $30 a person. And if we say we go out 4 times a month, like once a week, then that averages to about $120 extra per month just for the nightlife scene. So I'm gonna put all these things into an Excel sheet so you can easily see everything I'm spending here in a month in Washington, DC. So as you can see here, my total expenditures come out to about $1,720 per month. But this fluctuates based on the number of times I go out in a month, the number of times I use the metro, and I'm no longer paying $75 a month for a gym membership. And there you have it. That is my total cost of living for all of my expenses here in Washington, DC. And there's one thing to note though, is that that doesn't include health insurance costs, because every single person, different jobs, different ways of life, different incomes, everything, your health insurance is going to be different. So if you're doing it off of this budget, make sure that you also know what your health insurance is gonna cost as well. And just as I wrapped up filming this video for the day, it started to downpour outside. So I'm gonna enjoy this storm and relax, and I hope everyone enjoyed this video. See you next time.